Hello there. I hope you've had a wonderful week. We're here for our weekly writing prompt right now. I am currently not hiking in the woods. I had plans to go to a state park today, and then I saw massive rain clouds on the radar and said, maybe not. So instead, I took my picnic lunch out in my backyard, and now I'm hanging out on my hammock until the rain comes. So I'm outside. What can I say? Sometimes it's a hammock day. I hope that your week with directing flow brought you some interesting and enlightening thoughts and actions and whatever else came about because of that. It was an interesting week for me for sure. I feel like it was a good prompt for me in some ways. And again, I have different responses to every one of these prompts. Like every one of them brings something else out of me. It's very interesting. I feel like how I respond to each of them in a different way. They bring out different things from deep down in your psyche. And for me, I think I have always felt like I'm very organized, but I realized there are a lot of things that I am not organized at all about. So that was a good thing to see. So this coming week, I feel like this is a good time to step back maybe and think about something a little different this week. I feel like I know that I've used gratitude at some point in the recent past, but I hope it's far enough back that revisiting gratitude isn't going to be an issue. Oh, a huge number of birds just flew over. Oh my goodness, how lovely. I would have tried to point the camera up, but maybe you can see them. I don't know. I don't know if you could see that or not. Those birds were pretty quick. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yes, gratitude. I feel like it's a good time to revisit gratitude, anyways, because gratitude is always a good thing to return to when you're having issues of any kind, when you're having troubling experiences where you might be stressed or worried about things, but gratitude is always something you can return to give yourself a sense of realizing what you have. I think it's always good to return to what you have around you. And often we forget to include things that don't actually necessarily belong to us. Like, you may have a home that you live in, and you may have a car you drive, and you may have a lot of clothing or tchotchkes or stuff in your house, maybe that even expensive stuff that belongs to you. But I would say that include in your gratitude things about the fact that maybe you've got roads that you can drive on. You didn't have to pave them, but they're there for you. You have a library perhaps that you can visit, and you can take out books and you can read anything you want and learn about everything. You have the internet available to you if you have a phone or if you have a computer, where you can find virtually any information you could ever imagine. You've got, and you didn't have to build that. I mean, maybe you're a person who did help build that, but you probably didn't. Maybe you have access to a park that's very beautiful and you get to go there every day. But you probably didn't have to put that park where it is. You probably don't have to maintain that park. It's not your job to have to weed the garden or mow the grass. You just get to go sit there and enjoy it or walk through it. These are all things that are available to us, and that's true of the entire world. The whole world is here for us. There's stuff around us everywhere we go There's trees planted, there are flower gardens, there are roads, there are sidewalks, there are modern conveniences that make life so easy for us. You can walk around the corner maybe and get yourself a bagel or a coffee or a meal, and you don't have to cook it. You didn't have to prepare that. You didn't have to make any of it. These are all things that we get to enjoy because we live in a modern time where these things are available to us at any time of day. And I think coronavirus is making us aware of the fact that we've taken a lot of these things for granted. You know, these systems that are in place to deliver us food and to provide us with things that make our lives comfortable, like even electricity. We don't really, most of us, think about where that electricity comes from when you flick on the light. You just notice it when the light doesn't work, probably. And that's normal because, you know, we're so used to our conveniences that it doesn't occur to us to think about how they arrive in our lives or how they are there unless they disappear after we've been used to them for a while. So, you know, think about that. Think about the fact that you have running water. Think about the fact that you have a gas pump wherever it is that you go get gas and you can fill up your vehicle. Or think about the fact that you can rent things that you need to use in your modern life to make your life more convenient. Or you can purchase things that probably even 100 years ago were not even a thing. A lot of our lives, the things that we utilize right now are things that were not even an idea in somebody's head 100 years ago, and here we are using them all the time on a daily basis. So our lives are incredibly easy and convenient for most of us, and for those who are not having that experience, I would say it's that much more important that those of us who have those conveniences accept and understand that our gratitude for them will increase the abundance of them. And so I would say engage gratitude is a great prompt for our week, to engage gratitude every single day and really, really think about all the things in your life. Like maybe take your time when you do your reflection and before you go to bed and list as many things as you can think of that you get to enjoy in your day on a daily basis, or maybe even just once in a while. But that's something that really makes your life easier, more convenient, more fun, more enjoyable, something that you just often take for granted and don't notice. So think about those things and take your time to really make those nice long lists of what you should be grateful for or what could you be grateful for and that you maybe aren't usually grateful for, and see what happens. See how it maybe changes your perspective of your world around you and how you may begin to look at things that you typically may not even see as you waltz around town. And then suddenly you may look at something differently and say, how interesting that I just never noticed this beautiful pattern that somebody decided to put into this sidewalk that I walk on every day. How interesting that I may never have noticed this beautiful building that somebody built and I walk by it every day and I don't even look at it. I don't know. These are things that we can be grateful for because we get to enjoy them, but we didn't have to do anything to have them. It's kind of weird, isn't it? We have a lot of things available to us, and yet we are often made to feel like we live in scarcity or we don't have enough of anything. So I feel like it's an interesting thing that we live in such an abundant world, but we're often made to feel like we don't have enough. So engage your gratitude. And now that it's beginning to rain, I'm going to finish this video before it comes down in earnest because I have to put my hammock away so it doesn't get soaking wet. But I want to just say that, remember, this prompt is meant to be used as an intention every single day. When you wake up, write it as your intention first thing in the morning. It does matter. It's a powerful time to utilize this prompt because it's sort of a hypnotic time of morning where your mind is susceptible to more ideas that will kind of float around in the back of your mind all day long. And then, right before you go to bed, write a reflection around the intention for the day, which is the prompt. So, engaging gratitude would be what you're going to write about. And maybe make your list. 1 to 5 minutes, write whatever comes into your head. No editing, no crossing out, no changing anything. Just write and see what happens. I hope it changes your week. And have a lovely one, guys.